Kitchener Market has been doing this for over 150 years. Join me today. We're going to check out about local line. We're going to see some amazing farmers and a whole lot more. Let's get shopping. Chef D here. We're here with Cameron, the market manager. Cameron, welcome to the show. It's great, and you're kind of, not that you're a rookie, but you are a little bit of a rookie here, but you've had market experience in the past in Toronto, right?
That's correct. So my background is public markets in the city of Toronto. My background in my family is farming, so it's great to be engaged here. And one of the awesome things about Kitchener Market is this wonderful blend of vendors we have. We have folks who make their stuff just up the road, who are right in the city centre, and we've got vendors who own farms in the region who've been here 2-3 generations. So it's great to be here and great to be meeting this community and helping feed our wider community.
Amazing. You're doing such a great job, you and your team, of keeping people physically distanced and also safe here at the market, plus safe for the vendors to work, as well as all the vendors up here, the food vendors. So local line, talk to me about what you're doing with local line, because this is a really cool idea.
Yeah, certainly. So as you mentioned, safety is our number one priority, and we are following all the guidelines we need to make sure people are physically distanced and they can be safe and comfortable and know that they are not risking themselves when they come here. That being said, we know that in the middle of the pandemic, there are some people who can't even risk being in a place with safety measures, and they don't want to necessarily be, engaged physically in a store, but they want to connect to those vendors they know and trust and want to support. Local Line is an awesome Kitchener-based startup. They support markets across the country in building e-commerce sites. Ultimately, what it allows us to do is have customers sign up online, do one transaction, fill one basket with produce from across the market, come in and pick it up in an under 30-second cashless transaction. It means that they can still, effectively, virtually shake the hand of that's feeding them, connect with those farmers without having to necessarily come into the site and take those risks they might not be comfortable with.
Cool. Well, continue doing what you're doing because you're doing a great job. Come out to the market. It's a great place. I've been coming here for a very long time. You all know that. Hey, thanks. Have a great day, okay?
No worries. Thank you.
We'll do a hand pump like this.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks. Hey, we're here at Forest Hill Orchards. Grow amazing apples, but not only apples, but they do plums and peaches. I'm here with Melody. Melody, how long have you been coming to the Kitchener Market now?
22 years.
22 years. I think I've been shopping with you for 21 years. So, apples. Now, I see pink ladies. What is a pink lady?
It's a late season apple. We pick it usually the middle of November. Very, very hard. It's sweet with a little bit of tang. But it's our hardest apple on the stand at the moment right now.
At home, how would you recommend people storing their apples?
Storing apples at home, I'd say refrigerate them if you want to keep them crisp and out of plastic, because the plastic of the bags and stuff reflects back on it and ripens it twice as fast. In a fridge, if you don't have enough fridge space, a garage that's cold, apples can take up to -6 before they're wrecked.
Perfect, thank you. So I think I should take some Macintosh with me and we'll get going. Melody, thanks, and continue doing what you're doing because you guys do such great work, and I love what you do and the passion they bring. Also, don't forget they have some amazing apple cider that is just like biting into an apple. White Crest mushrooms. You've been coming to the market for about 6 years now, so you guys are kind of like rookies of the market, right?
Yes.
So, how did this come about?
Actually, I used to work for my friend who ran the booth, and just over the years, I brought my son in, and we've enjoyed it so much, we just continued to run the booth for him.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
And where are the mushrooms growing?
Grown?
Yeah.
So the farm is in Putnam, just west of Woodstock. It's all indoor, so we're able to bring the mushrooms all year round.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you get involved in this, other than Mom, grabbing you and saying, hey?
I was forced into it. I didn't have a choice. She made me come. No, I love doing it. I love coming out to market every weekend and seeing all the customers and selling mushrooms.
So, storage tips for mushrooms. When we take the mushrooms home, and sometimes, you get overexcited. You see look how beautiful these are,
So delicate.
right?
Yeah.
And so, how do you store these properly?
So if you keep them in the paper bag, we will give them to you in a paper bag.
Yeah.
Put them in the fridge, somewhere where it's cool, not in the crisper because there's moisture in the crisper, so you want to keep them cool and dry.
Okay.
Even in like a cold room, in your garage, That way they don't get slimy that way, right? They keep a lot longer.
Perfect. So I think I should take some shiitakes and some oysters.
Sure,
Okay?
Great.
Thanks, and continue doing what you're doing. You guys do a great job. I love what you do, and you know, we've been eating a lot of these lately.
Great. So good for you, right?
Gamak Gardens, Joe Gamak. I've been shopping here. I think you're the longest vendor that I've ever shopped with, and I was shopping with your dad many moons ago when I didn't know that you were doing it as well. But you're not only do you do this as farming, you're also a teacher.
I am a teacher, yeah.
So now it's you know, beginning of March. Like, do you get excited now that you're starting to see longer days in that?
I've been excited since basically February. You know, you get seeds, the seeds come in already, so you know that's, even though it's winter outside, but you see the seeds coming in, so you know that spring's on its way. Getting things ready is always work to do. Always work to do. Paperwork.
Right? But you love getting your hands dirty, like, you know, sure. and that. So you grow almost, everything on that, right? From Brussels sprouts to broccoli to leeks to potatoes.
Cabbage, carrots, parsnips, parsley root, we got the cauliflower too. What else we got? We got beans, beets, what else we got? Asparagus, rhubarb, spinach, lettuce,
So, what's your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable, I told you last time, is probably throughout the whole year, it's cabbage.
But there's also great health benefits to eating cabbage, right?
Oh yeah, cabbage is I think probably one of the healthiest things you can eat. Personally, I mean it grows well, very little chemicals you have to put on it and stuff. So, and it's you can have it all year, right? Like a lot of stuff you can't have all year. Like, so, but cabbage is a kind of staple. You still get all your vitamins and nutrients through the winter time. And it's good enzymes in there, good bacteria, like for your gut and stuff like that, and all that stuff is really good.
So I should be eating more cabbage.
You should be, yes.
But you also make your own sauerkraut as well.
Sauerkraut we make there from that's a natural fermentation that's very popular. Really for people that want the health benefits of that, natural fermentation,
You're not organic, quote unquote, but you know, you guys go to the nth degree of making sure that your produce is the best and as natural as possible.
It is. I mean, I would call myself a hybrid. I wouldn't say that, like I use a variety of source. Obviously, I do use manure in the fall time. I put it on, so that's organic, but I also give the crops what they need. So if the crops need something, they need like a boost of whatever it is, I'll give it to them because crop health is number one for me because if you get them nice and healthy, they can prevent disease, all that stuff, and less spray, right? So yeah, I'm all about less spray. I'm not no spray, but I think there's a fine balance.
100%. So what's the most finniest vegetable that you grow? I'm thinking it's cauliflower, but I could be wrong on that.
It depends on the season. If we have a really hot spring, broccoli, cauliflower, that stuff can bolt out on you. Some of the seeds that you're fighting against the temperatures and dry weather. So like, for example, like a lot of like the parsnips, they like it cool, they like it moist. So if we have like a summer, spring, then it's hard to germinate. So that's a challenge, is getting things up. Making sure they have enough water, that's always a challenge. So really the season weather is the most challenge of anything,
Well, thank you for what you do. You also have online, right, on the online store, and you also have a store out at the farm. So come out to the farm, see you, ask for you, maybe get your hands dirty, right?
You can.
Hey, thanks, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm here with Shawn from Westbrook Produce. Now, Shawn, you're a reseller, as it were, but you deal with Ontario greenhouses all the time. We were just mentioning before I came that, you're getting ready to start buying the peppers from greenhouses because they're coming out next week or there's the week after.
We're hopefully within the next 1 to 2 weeks we'll have some local products starting.
just as it becomes available. Yeah.
And tomatoes, you're a big supporter of Ontario greenhouse tomatoes as well, or hothouse tomatoes.
Yeah, this year we've been lucky. So far we've had Ontario all the way through. Some winters, depending on availability and stuff, we're unfortunately forced to switch to other sources. But this year has been very good, and we've had a constant supply all the way through. Same with English cucumbers. Up until a couple of years ago, there was always about a month where we would have to switch over to import. The grower that we deal with now has expanded their operation, so we're able to have local all year round now, which is nice.
And how long have you been coming to the market? Because this is great.
Well, our family started in 1936.
Yeah.
I myself, my earliest memory was about 5 or 6 years old, polishing apples at the old market and selling them.
Yeah.
So that would be 35 years ago. So, yeah, it's been a while.
I just love it. So, storing tomatoes at home, how would you recommend, and what don't you do?
Okay, so the most important thing is if it's especially with Ontario tomatoes, and if it's a greenhouse tomato, you never put them in the refrigerator. It's too cold. They'll go watery. They don't keep well. The best thing for a greenhouse tomato is to keep it on a windowsill or somewhere where it's not going to get too hot or too cold. It's, kitchen's usually fine. Imported tomatoes typically can tolerate a little more cold because they're picked greener, and that's the difference with the local stuff and why they're so temperature sensitive. A lot of times people will make the mistake of taking them home, they put them in, and in a couple of days they go funny, and it's just because they've been too cold. So, yeah.
Thank you for what you do. Thanks for bringing the knowledge, and thanks for supporting us. And as restaurants and chefs, you do a great job.
Well, we appreciate you guys and everything you do for the market too.
So I'm here at Acroids Produce. This is, I'm going to take my mask down. It's the sweetest carrot you're going to ever buy. So how long have you guys had the farm for?
My husband is the third generation on this farm. We've been coming here to the Cheddar Farmers Market since 1951.
That's crazy. Because his mom still comes in sometimes, right?
She does, yes. She's too old to quit.
I know. I love seeing her. I love talking to her. And when we take the carrots home or we take the beets home, how would you recommend that the viewer stores it?
Please store it in plastic in your refrigerator.
Mm-hmm. So, and then it'll last. How long would a carrot last in the refrigerator? Oh. Mine don't last that long, but.
Well, they should last quite a while. Mind you, they last for us all winter, but they're stored dirty, right? So that's a little bit different. But basically, as long as you're storing at just above freezing in the plastic, they should maintain their moisture and for quite a while. I'd say months.
Well, thank you for what you guys do. I love coming to see you guys. I love the smiles, and I love how great and how fresh and how sweet this carrot is. So Gregory Farm, amazing. They've been doing they do tortilla chips, they do the wraps, but also too, this is a really cool story that the father wanted to have an opportunity that he could work with his family. And the great thing is that he had an animal farm. He changed it to produce so that they could all work together. They have some amazing microgreens, the best when it's in season. They have the best spiciest arugula that you'll ever get. So check them out, Gregory Farm. Fantastic. And away we go. We're going to buy some microgreens. You guys have been coming to the market for about 800 years, right?
Well, not quite, but...
How long have you been coming for?
Just shy of 100.
5-year-old cheddar. It really doesn't get much better than this. So not only do you have cheddar, but the store, you buy cheddar and then you age it, right?
Yes, we do.
So what's the longest that you've aged a cheddar for?
Up to 10 years.
And I've had some, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But you also bring in different cheeses from around the world, right?
Yes, we are. We've got a brand new shipment coming in of a bunch of new raw milk French cheeses in about 2-3 weeks. So I'm excited about that one because there's going to be a pile of brand new stuff.
Yeah. And I just love your excitement, and you can see it in your eyes whenever you start talking about it, and how cool it is, and how different varieties that you bring in. What's your favorite cheese? Now, can you nail it down or not?
No.
Okay.
It depends on the mood I'm in. It could be cheddar one day, it could be brie the next day. A good baked brie is really awesome. Or like manchego or any of them. Like, it just depends on what, like I can't have the same cheese day after day after day. I have to have different.
Yeah, that's really cool. So when you take your 5-year-old cheddar home, what's the best way to store it?
You can actually take it out of plastic, wrap it in brown paper. The less you handle it, like the more it's going to keep for you, because exposure to air, exposure to the moisture off your fingers, that's what causes mold on cheese.
Wow, this is so good. Thanks for what you do. Continue doing what you do. Continue having this excitement. And I'll continue coming early to market just to get the latest and greatest.
Perfect.
I'm going to take a piece of this. We're here at Acroids Honey. How long have you been coming to the market for now?
I've been here since June of 2016.
Okay. So honey, nature's sweetness, right?
All natural from the flowers, yes.
So what's your favorite honey?
Personally, I'm kind of a traditional fella. I like the clover honey myself, but the blueberry is a delicious alternative honey. It's from the blueberry flowers, okay? So it's the nectar from the bees, from the flowers. And it's a nice floral flavor to it, nice body to it, very good, nice.
So storing your honey, how do you recommend storing your honey? And you know, sometimes when it starts to crystallize, and you don't put it in the microwave, right?
Do not put it in the microwave if you can absolutely avoid it. Like it's a natural process. It's a super saturated solution. It happens all the time. The easiest thing to do is just take your whole bottle of crystallized honey, make sure the lid's on tight, and put it in your automatic dishwasher when you go to wash your dishes.
Okay.
The heat from the dishwasher will liquefy the honey for you again, and keeps it simple. I mean, but store it in, you know, room temperature. We try to recommend people, you know, maybe above your stove or something like that, where it's a little bit warmer.
Yep.
But honey crystallizes by the types of flowers, or the rate of crystallization changes by the type of flowers and the temperature that the honey is kept in. So a little bit warmer environment, and you know, you can't really change the nectar source. It is what it is.
I think I should take some blueberry honey. You got me, you know.
I'd love to sell you some.
Okay, let's do it. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your honey.
Oh, I will.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
ULTA Egg Farm, one of the longest running vendors here at the market, right? How many generations have been coming here for?
3 generations.
3 generations. Eggs. When you take them home, what's the best way to store the egg? Can you leave them out?
No,
Okay.
don't leave them out and store them in the fridge, not even in the door, because that's where they get warmer.
Too warm, so you want it to be back in the back of the fridge.
Now, maybe not the back, because sometimes it freezes there, but definitely fridge temperature.
So what's your favorite egg dish now that you've done eggs for a long time?
I don't do any fancy things, so just basic eggs cooked.
Perfect. So, and you have free run, you also have flax eggs, so there's a wide variety. You also sell duck eggs, right?
We've got duck eggs.
Perfect.
Right there.
How do you know it's a double yolker?
Well, we have a grading station north of Elmira, and we get all the eggs in local from Waterloo County from family farms, and they go over the lights, so you can actually see the 2 yolks in the egg when it goes over the light. And sometimes, very, very seldom it happens, but we have found 3 yolks in an egg. But it happens very seldom.
What's the difference between a white egg and a brown egg?
There's no difference nutritionally, it's just a different bird that lays the egg. So they're equally good for you.
I love seeing you guys. I love supporting you guys. Thank you so much for what you do, and continue doing what you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
And I need a big box of the please,
Okay.
of the extra large, please.
Yeah. Okay.
What goes better when you're shopping than a great cup of coffee? And the Kitchen Market has an amazing cup of coffee. I'm steaming up here thinking about this. Serena Coffee Blenders. You actually roast the coffee here,
Yes.
and you do how many blends of different coffee? Now, I think we talked off air, it was like 20 to 40 or something.
Well, we have 27 different origins,
Okay.
meaning that single farm, coffee is coming from single farms. And I do about 15 different blends that we normally do. I have a couple of other blends that we just do per order, but if anybody wants them, we do it. Yeah.
So, what's your favorite blend to make?
All of them are my favorite, otherwise I wouldn't be making them. Because all of them, they become very, very distinct in terms of taste and, flavors and smells and all that. So some of the aromas that you want to look for, like people go for either like fruitier or, chocolatier or more of a nutty flavors or even a floral flavor. So some of the blends create these complexities together, and you will have this wonderful aroma as well as this awesome taste. So, and then the acidity of it, depending on where the coffee comes from, what's the soil, how much sunlight it has gotten, what was the amount of rain that year, and all that. It differs slightly. And for instance, some of the I have about 10 to 12 different coffees that we get directly from the farmers. And even those farms every year is slightly different. So we know how does it go, and so one year I may do that coffee in a medium dark, the next year I might do it in a little bit darker, depending on how much rain they have.
What made you get into coffee?
I call it serendipity. Some 11 years ago, we were at a function, and the speaker was talking about how to serve the community and this and that. And my wife turned around, we used to have many restaurants and stuff before, and we came out of that, and I was working at university. She was a sales manager for a furniture shop and all that. And then she came out and she said, you know what, I want to do that. I want to get a business that I work only 5 days a week. And at that time, the kids were younger, so I want to put the kids in the school, go to work, come home, grab them from school and go home. And 5 days a week. I don't want to, I said, well, good luck finding something like that. So she went to search, and lo and behold, 2 weeks later, she yelled, Rami, come and look at this. And that was this, and we got this, and it's been a wonderful ride. I mean, it's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
We love the community around us. People are fantastic, and it's been a lot of friendships that we have made here.
100% on that, and I know you get to come and see some concerts with us when we're at Sun in the Square, and the bands love your coffee. Okay, storage of coffee. How do you properly store coffee when you take it home?
I would suggest just put it in a dark space and room temperature, not too hot, not too cold. And that coffee will last you a good between 2 to 6, 7, 8 weeks. Okay. And a lot of people put their stuff in the freezer. You have to be very, very careful about that, because when you take this stuff out of the freezer, it collects moisture, and then you lose integrity of the coffee. So if you want to hold it long term, if you want to really hold it long term and freeze it and stuff, do it in the smaller packages that you use once at a time. Okay. So that's what I suggest. Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you for making this your passion, your serendipity, and also a really great cup of coffee that I look forward to every Saturday morning.
It's always good to see you guys here.
What goes better at your trip to the market in the morning than schnitzel on a bun? Yes, schnitzel on the bun at 8 o'clock in the morning. It is a breakfast of champions, simply delicious. You guys have been doing this for a while now, haven't you?
Actually, 5 years this month.
Wow, time flies.
I know.
When you're having fun.
Yes, that's true.
But also, you have some big pots going on back here. What's going on back here?
We have cabbage rolls.
Yep.
We have the mashed potatoes going on.
Right.
So already, yes.
And once word gets out that you guys have the cabbage rolls, you guys kind of get busy, don't you?
Yes, especially in the Romanian community. Once one knows that we're here and we have the cabbage rolls, you know, they tell somebody else, the other people tell somebody else, and it keeps us going, especially now.
Right. And you're open just Saturdays right now?
For now, just Saturdays, yes.
And that's from like 7 o'clock in the morning?
7 o'clock and then until 2.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So but not only do you do cabbage rolls and, you know, what I'm going to be having and with all of that great sauerkraut on it, is you also do an amazing breakfast, don't you?
Yeah, so we actually do have the schnitzel breakfast with eggs, home fries, toast.
That's a lot of food.
That's it all, yes. And then we have the pea meal, the sausage breakfast, omelets. We do the pea meal on a bun. That's really good too.
And real home fries. Real home fries. Yes. Anyways, check them out. Simply delicious. Come here. I'm going to be having my schnitzel on a bun in just a second, so enjoy it. Check them out. Simply delicious. We might not be able to go to the islands this year, but the islands are coming to us. The Caribbean Kitchen here at the Kitchener Market. This woman, when it's non-COVID, gives the greatest hugs in the world. Now, what are you known for here at the Kitchener Market?
The jerk chicken.
The jerk chicken, right?
Yes.
So you got to come for some jerk chicken, some Jamaican patties as well.
Jamaican patties, yes.
Right? And is there one other thing that I'm forgetting about right now?
The curry chicken roti, the wraps.
Right, the curry chicken roti wrap?
Yes. We also have the jerk, and we have a vegan chickpea. Yeah.
How have you been?
Good, very good, very good.
It's always a pleasure to see you. Look at your eyes light up right away, you know? It's like you're smiling with your eyes all the time. It's such a pleasure to see you.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you too.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Jerk chicken, Jamaican patties, the jerk chicken roti, and they also do a vegetarian one. Check them out, Caribbean Kitchen. The islands coming to you. Well, that was a lot of fun. We met some great farmers, we met some great producers, we learned about local line and a whole lot more. The Kitchener Market, a safe place to shop. Check it out.